Hello my dear students. Today we are going to study an inspirational poem, and the name of the poem is Song of the Open Road. The speaker of the poem is describing a trip on which he is embarking. He describes himself as being healthy and free, and he realizes that he is the only person who is in complete control of his life. He chooses his own destiny. Now, in these two paragraphs of introduction, there are some important points, and let us discuss them. In the introduction, there is a word canon. It means a list of books considered as important. Walt Whitman is often called the father of the free verse. And he has a very important place in American literature. Now, what is free verse? Free verse is poetry that does not rhyme or have a regular rhythm. There is no regular meter in it, no rhythm, no rhyme, and still it is an artistic expression. Poet shapes his poem as he desires. Poet can use various poetic devices to create suitable poetic effect. In free verse, there is greater freedom for choosing words and conveying their meanings to readers. Free verse is free from artificiality of typical poetic expression. This poem is taken from his collection of poems, Leaves of Grass. Now, in the second paragraph of the introduction, we find that in these poems we find a blend of self-awareness, free will, and tenderness of heart. In this journey of life, symbolized by a road, we have to face the test of wisdom, which is not tested in any school or college in this world. Road signifies mobility or movability. Road is the point to start over towards something new. अभी हम इस कविता का हिंदी अनुवाद देखेंगे और स्पष्टीकरण भी देखेंगे. मैं अभी पहला स्टैंजा पढ़ता हूँ और उसके बाद उसका स्पष्टीकरण और अनुवाद करता हूँ. वॉल्ट विटमन की सॉन्ग ऑफ द ओपन रोड ये कविता आज हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. लीव्स ऑफ द ग्रास इस कविता संग्रह से ये चुनी गई है. ये कविता हमें प्रेरित करने वाली कविता है और ये कविता हमें संदेश देती है कि जिंदगी में हमें निरंतर आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए. हमें कभी भी रुकना नहीं चाहिए। जिंदगी को सफल बनाने के लिए हमें सतत प्रयत्न करने चाहिए। इस कविता में खुली सड़क जीवन का प्रतीक है। अब हम स्टैंजा बाय स्टैंजा इसका अनुवाद और स्पष्टीकरण देखेंगे। पहला स्टैंजा देखिए। Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. इस स्टैंजा में कवि कहता है कि मैं खुली सड़क पर, खुले रास्ते पर हल्के मन से अपना कदम रखता हूं। मेरे मन में कोई भी तनाव या दबाव नहीं है। इसके लिए देखो कवि कहता है अफूट। अफूट मतलब मैं पैरों से, अपने कदमों से चल रहा हूं और मैं लाइट हार्टेड हूं। यहाँ का वातावरण बहुत ही स्वस्थ है और मुक्त है। यहाँ पे कोई भी रुकावट नहीं है और कोई भी समस्या नहीं है। पूरी जिंदगी का रास्ता मुझे वहां ले जाएगा जहां मैं जाना चाहता हूं। जहां भी मैं जाना चाहता हूं वो वहां पे यह रास्ता मुझे ले जाएगा। यह जिंदगी का रास्ता बहुत ही लंबा रास्ता है। देखो कवि कहता है द लॉन्ग ब्राउन पाथ बिफोर मी लीडिंग वेरेवर आई चूज। ये जीवन की राह मुझे वहां ले जाएगी जहां मैं जाना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि मुझे पूरी स्वतंत्रता है। जहां मैं जाना चाहता हूं वहां जाने की। सेकंड स्टैंजा पढ़ रहे हैं हम। Henceforth I asked not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms. Strong and content, I travel the open road. Henceforth मतलब अब से आगे, इसीलिए वो कवि कहता है भविष्य में अच्छा भाग्य या अच्छी किस्मत के लिए ईश्वर से मैं आशीर्वाद नहीं मांगता, क्योंकि मैं खुद एक भाग्यशाली इंसान हूं। मैं मानता हूं कि मेरी तकदीर मेरे हाथों में है। मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि अपनी किस्मत हमें खुद बनानी चाहिए। अब से मैं डर या दर्द से या मन की अप्रसन्नता से रोता नहीं हूं। इसके लिए वो कवि देखो कहता है कि आई डोंट व्हिम्पर एनी मोर। अब से मैं किसी भी काम को टालता नहीं हूं। आई डोंट पोस्टपोन। मैं आज का काम आज ही करता हूं, पोस्टपोन नहीं करता, कल पे नहीं डालता। और अब मेरे जीवन में मुझे और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए। आई डोंट नीड एनीथिंग, कवि कहता है। और इसीलिए अब मैंने घरेलू शिकायतें करना छोड़ दिया है। इंडोर कंप्लेंट्स, लाइब्रेरीज, क्वेरुलस क्रिटिसिज्म्स, जैसे पुस्तकालय होता है उसमें किताबें होते हैं, उन किताबों में लोगों के अलग अलग विचार होते हैं जो हमारा मन विचलित कर देते हैं। वो विचारों का कोलाहल मैंने खुद से दूर रखा है। और क्वेरुलस क्रिटिसिज्म मतलब लोगों की आलोचना से मैं अब दूर हो गया हूं। कवि कहता है अब ये सब बहुत हो चुका, अब मैंने ये सब बंद किया है। इसके वजह से मैं अब बहुत मजबूत और संतुष्ट हूं। आई एम स्ट्रांग, आई एम कंटेंट, ऐसे वो कहता है। मैं अब सक्षम और समाधानी हूं। मैं अब खुश हूं और खुशी से इस मार्ग से, इस राह से सफर कर रहा हूं। अभी तीसरी कड़ी में कवि कहता है द अर्थ दैट इज सफिशिएंट, आई डू नॉट वांट द कॉन्स्टेलेशंस एनी नियरर, आई नो दे आर वेरी वेल वेयर दे आर, आई नो दे सफाइस फॉर दोज हु बिलोंग टू देम। तीसरे कड़ी में कवि कहता है कि द अर्थ दैट इज सफिशिएंट, ये जो दुनिया है वो मेरे लिए पर्याप्त है। ये जो धरती है, ये जो पृथ्वी है, इसने मुझे सब कुछ दिया है। जो भी मुझे चाहिए वो सब कुछ दिया है और वो मेरे लिए सफिशिएंट है, इनफ है। और जो कुछ मेरे पास है उससे मैं संतुष्ट हूं, मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। बाद में वो कहता है कि मुझे कॉन्स्टेलेशंस नहीं चाहिए, मुझे जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के लिए आसमान के जो तारा मंडल है उनकी जरूरत नहीं है, या फिर मुझे इन्फ्लुएंशियल पीपल या प्रभावशाली लोगों की जरूरत नहीं है। कॉन्स्टेलेशंस के दो मीनिंग्स है, जैसे कि कॉन्स्टेलेशंस मतलब तारका समूह जो है आकाश में, तारामंडल, उसका हमारे जीवन पर जो प्रभाव पड़ता है उसके बारे में है। तो तारामंडल का मुझ पर क्या प्रभाव होगा इसे मुझे कोई लेना देना नहीं है, ऐसे कवि कहता है। और दूसरी बात यह है कि प्रभावशाली लोगों से मेरा कोई लेना देना नहीं है, ऐसे भी वो कहता है। मुझे उनकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है। मुझे पता है कि तारामंडल या प्रभावशाली लोग जहां हैं वहीं पे ठीक है। उनको, तारकाओं को मैं पाना नहीं चाहता, मुझे उनकी जरूरत नहीं है। मुझे पता है कि वहां जहां भी है वो वहीं पे ठीक है। मैं खुद आत्मनिर्भर हूं और मैं जिंदगी में अपने दम पर आगे बढ़ूंगा, ऐसे वो कहना चाहता है इस कड़ी में। The last stanza. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them, and I will fill them in return. इस अंतिम कड़ी में कवि कहता है कि मैं अपने जीवन के इस स्वादिष्ट बोझ को या स्वीट मेमोरीज को या जो भी टेंशन्स है या पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस है उनको या बैड मेमोरीज को, बैड एक्सपीरियंसेस को और डिफ़िकल्टीज़ को अपने साथ ढोता हूँ, अपने साथ उन सब को, उन सब बर्डन्स को कैरी करता हूँ। मैं जहाँ भी जाऊँगा तो उन डिलीशियस बर्डन्स को साथ ले जाऊँगा, अपने साथ ले जाऊँगा उन्हें। और मेरी जिंदगी में आने वाले स्त्री पुरुष उनको और उनकी यादों को मैं जहां भी जाता हूं वहां साथ ले जाता हूं। हमें जो भी टेंशन्स है मन में उनको हम छोड़ के कभी भी नहीं जा सकते, ऐसे कवि यहां पे कहता है। और बाद में वो कहता है कि मैं कसम खाता हूं, आई स्वेयर, कि मैं इन बर्डन से, इस बोझ से छुटकारा नहीं पा सकता और छुटकारा पाना भी नहीं चाहता, क्योंकि जिंदगी में टेंशन्स, प्रॉब्लम्स हर एक के जिंदगी में होते हैं ये सब चीजें, और इनके साथ अच्छे लोगों की स्वीट मेमोरीज भी हमारे साथ होती है, तो दोनों को हम छोड़ नहीं पाते। और उनको उस तरह से छोड़ना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि कवि कहता है आई एम फिल्ड विद देम एंड आई विल फिल देम इन रिटर्न। परिपूर्ण हूं मैं उनसे, उनके सबके कारण। प्रॉब्लम्स आए जीवन में तो हम कुछ सीखते हैं उसको ओवरकम करने के लिए, मतलब प्रॉब्लम्स हमें और आगे ले जाते हैं एक्चुअली। इसके लिए वो कहता है कि मैं उनसे परिपूर्ण हूं और परिपूर्ण कर दूंगा उन्हें भी मैं बदले में, उन सबको मैं खुद परिपूर्ण करूंगा। आई विल फिल देम इन रिटर्न। इस तरह से हमने इसका हिंदी अनुवाद देख लिया है। आई वुड लाइक टू टेल द मीनिंग्स ऑफ some important words in this poem. I take to the path, that means here take up means begin. Whimper means to make sad cries. Querulous means complaining. Constellations has got two meanings here. One meaning is that one meaning means constellation means stars, which indicates his luck or destiny or fate. And the second meaning is influential groups of people. Suffice means enough. Delicious burdens has got two meanings in this poem. It means he will enjoy his problems, and another meaning is that sweet memories of the past. Students, now I am going to explain to you this poem in English. Here, let us study the structure of the poem. The first stanza has got 3 lines, and third, fourth, and second, third, and fourth stanzas have got 4 lines each. That is the structure of the poem. The title of the poem is Song of the Open Road. Road is open. How is the road? It's open. The poet is free to go anywhere. The road is the road of life. The road indicates mobility. That means ability to move freely. So, freedom is very important for the poet. For Walt Whitman, the great American poet, freedom is the most important value. The poet wants to tell us that we should not be passive, but we should be active. We should go on and on along the road of life. We should not stop. In this poem, we find democratic approach and optimistic attitude towards life. Speaker here describes a trip on which he is embarking. So, let us study the poem line by line now. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Here the poet tells us that afoot means I am walking, and he is in the process of progress. When we walk, we can have many experiences. So, while walking along the path of life, we have a variety of experiences. Light-hearted means cheerful and carefree. Poet is physically and mentally strong. He is healthy. He is free. He has got positive attitude. He has got optimism, joy, joyfulness, and he never complains about anything. He can choose his own path. He has complete freedom to choose his own path. And there is no compulsion, but complete freedom. That is what is told in the first stanza. In the second stanza, the poet says, Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticism, strong and content, I travel the open road. So he says, henceforth, means now on, poet doesn't pray for good fortune because he himself is good fortune. The poet believes in himself. He is self-confident. He is self-dependent. He doesn't require any help from any other person. He doesn't need anything. He doesn't cry because of fear. He doesn't whimper. He doesn't cry. He doesn't like to postpone his plans. He says, I don't postpone. He doesn't need anything. Need nothing, he says. He is satisfied with whatever he has. He has no complaint about anybody. He does not criticize anybody. And poet is mentally strong and satisfied. He says, strong and satisfied, I travel the open road. That means he lives a life that is mentally strong and satisfied. As he starts this journey of life, he is mentally strong and satisfied. Then he says, I have done with indoor complaints. That means I have done with household complaints. I have done with libraries. That means in libraries there are books in which a variety of opinions are expressed by a variety of authors about various subjects. But this creates confusion in our minds. So the poet says that I keep myself away from them, away from libraries. I also keep away from people's criticism. In the third stanza he says, the earth that is sufficient. That means the earth is sufficient for me. For the poet, the earth is sufficient and this free world is enough for him, where he will meet different kinds of people. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. This means that he doesn't want constellations any nearer. It means that he doesn't want to be associated with influential people. The other meaning of this is that, other meaning of constellation is that he doesn't believe in luck or fate or destiny that is indicated by the constellations or the stars in the sky. Poet is happy to keep distance from influential people also. Influential people criticize the poet and they try to use influence over others. So the poet says that he wants to be away from such people, because he says, I know they suffice for those who belong to them. These influential people, how they are? They work only for those people who are in their favor. Therefore, he doesn't like those influential people at all. Now the last stanza. Still, here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them, and I will fill them in return. Here he says, still the poet has many good memories with some people, and he carries them wherever he goes. Can burdens be delicious? But he uses this expression. Why does he use this expression? Delicious burdens. The poet wants to say that there are many men and women in my memories. Then he has many good memories also. And therefore he uses the word delicious because they are good, pleasant memories. And it is not possible for the poet to get rid of people with sweet memories. And therefore the poet swears and he says, I swear that it is impossible to forget them. He doesn't want to get rid of people with sweet memories. These lines also mean that delicious burdens means the difficulties in life, problems in life. He enjoys all those problems. That is what he wants to say. In everybody's life there are problems, but we have to overcome them. And we learn something from the problems. And therefore the burdens become delicious. No one, on the one side he doesn't like these constellations, but he likes men and women with sweet memories. Here the poet says that they have given me a lot in my life. These good people have given me a lot of things, a lot of good things in my life. And I also will fill their lives with good, sweet memories. That is the meaning of the last line. I am filled with them and I will fill them in return. So in this way we can say that the traits that we find in the poet's personality through this poem are that he is self-confident, he has positive attitude towards life, he has optimistic approach towards life, he is fearless, and he has love for freedom. All these things we find in this poem. Now let us study the figures of speech in the poem Song of the Open Road. In the first line there is inversion. That means words are not in correct order. The correct of the order of the words should be, I take to the open road afoot and light-hearted. Instead of that, the poet says, afoot and light-hearted, I take the open road. And then we also find the alliteration because T sound is repeated here. Then in the second line He says, healthy, free, the world before me. There is inversion again. The words in the line have been rearranged for poetic effect. Therefore inversion. Actually, the order should be, the world before me is healthy and free. In the third line we have got alliteration of L sound and B sound also. L sound and B sound are repeated beautifully, pleasingly here. Therefore it is alliteration. Another figure of speech in the same line is that of personification, because the quality of leading is given to road, which is inanimate object. So it is personification. Road is personified here. I take the path, he says. So this path is personified. In next line, there is repetition of good fortune. Words good fortune are repeated pleasingly. Therefore it is repetition. When the whole word is repeated, like good fortune, when the whole words are repeated, it becomes repetition. In the next line there is climax, ascending order is there. I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Ascending order है यहाँ पे. Here we also find repetition, because words no more are repeated. There is also alliteration, because the word is there like need nothing. So N, the sound of N is repeated pleasingly. In the next line, querulous criticism. So K sound here is repeated and it is alliteration. And we also find transferred epithet here, because the epithet querulous is transferred from people to their criticism. And another thing is there, another figure of speech is tautology here, because querulous and criticism both mean the same. In the next line we have the inversion again, because the actual word order should be, correct word order should be, I travel the open road, strong and content. Instead of that, the poet says, strong and content, I travel the open road. Next is repetition, figure of speech. In the line, I know they are very well where they are. So, they are is repeated here. After that, still here I carry old delicious burdens. Delicious burdens, here two opposite words are used, and burden cannot be delicious. So it is a paradox where two opposite words are used. Then delicious burdens, here sweet memories are indirectly compared with something delicious. So it is metaphor also. Then we have repetition. I carry them, men and women. I carry them again, he says. So I carry them is the words they are the words repeated, and therefore it is repetition. And in the last line there is repetition of the word fill. I am filled with them. I'll fill them in return. In this way we have studied the figures of speech in this poem. Thank you.